exactly what you want to see. Let's run this puppy in. Score a touchdown and tie this game. Life, run for your life, touchdown on one play. Worked on this in practice. Touchdown. It's up to Kelvin Benjamin. This is all you, buddy. Kelvin Benjamin for a touchdown. Oh, he toasted his man. Holmes toasted his man. Spin move. Oh! Oh! What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the Water Juice channel, and welcome to another injury in the NFL. I know. But first off, before we start talking about that, how'd you guys like that intro? You like that intro? It's a new intro made by one of the subscribers of this channel. I didn't even ask him for it. He just made it for me. Because he's a legend. Absolute OG. The GOAT. I love him. Platonically, obviously. You know who you are. But now back to the serious stuff. So, another injury in the NFL. Sucks, man. It sucks. So many people are going down with injuries. So many talented players are going down with injuries. J.K. Dobbins had his season ended before it even started with an ACL injury. Cam Akers, we obviously covered with his Achilles tear, and it's so bad, man. So many people are going down with injuries, and another one falls victim. Irv Smith Jr. of the Minnesota Vikings, their young, promising tight end that they drafted a couple of years ago to replace Kyle Rudolph, is now injured with a meniscus tear, and he's probably done for the season. There's a slight chance that he might come back if they make the playoffs. Slight chance, and I'm talking like 0.00001% chance that he could come back, and he might not even come back because they might not even make the playoffs. So, Irv Smith Jr. out of Alabama. I'm sure you guys know who he is, but don't really know how good he has been. He hasn't been like world beating or anything. He hasn't been like George Kittle or Darren Waller or Travis Kelce. He hasn't been on that level. But if they're like the top level of tight ends, he's probably in that second level. I'd probably put him on that level with maybe like an Austin Hooper or even an Evan Ingram. I know a lot of people hate on Evan Ingram because he struggles to catch the ball, which is the main thing you have to do as a tight end. But Evan Ingram is still a very talented tight end. He's got a lot of athleticism. He's still a very solid tight end. Irv Smith is probably in that area, maybe with a Hunter Henry and a Jonnu Smith. Not saying that because they're both Patriots players now. I'm just saying. But I'd probably put him in that B-tier tight end. And plus, he's young. But he is missing out on a full season of development, a full season of work and progress in his career because now he's done. And the Vikings don't have Kyle Rudolph. I mentioned him earlier. They don't have Kyle Rudolph anymore. I think he's in New York, actually, on the Giants. I'm not 100% sure where he's at, but I think he's hurt too. So even if he was on the Vikings, he wouldn't be able to play because he's hurt too. So I don't know what the Vikings are going to do. I honestly don't know what the Vikings backup tight end his name is. I'm sorry if you're a Vikings fan and you're yelling at me right now because I don't know the depth chart of the Vikings, but I don't know who their backup is. I'm sure it's not that good. They're going to probably have to either make a trade with somebody for a backup tight end for somebody else that would be the starter for them, or sign somebody out of free agency, or just do something. Get a bum off the street. I don't know. Kirk Cousins isn't going to be able to throw to him anyway because he overthrows everything. So this sucks for the Vikings. I know that they have a lot of promise this year. A lot of people think that they could make the playoffs. They could make some noise in the playoffs. I don't know. I personally think that they're going to finish second in the division but not make the playoffs. I don't think that the NFC North is going to have more than one team make the playoffs. I think that the Packers take that division, and they're the only team from that division that makes the playoffs because I don't think the Bears are going to make it. I definitely don't think the Lions are going to make it. So the Vikings would be probably finishing second in that division, and I don't think they're going to get a wild card spot. But back to Irv Smith. I mean, I liked him coming out of college. I liked him in Alabama, even though I hate Alabama. I liked him coming out of Alabama. I thought he was a very solid tight end, very underrated guy. Didn't really get a lot of hype, didn't really get a lot of praise. Probably a lot of people don't even know who he is, but he had some value. I personally thought he was going to be one of those next up-and-coming guys that just needed a breakout season, and I felt like last year was the start of that, and this year could have been that breakout year that he needed to get on the map as far as top tight ends in the league. But I don't know, man. It sucks for him because now he misses out on a year of development, a year of progress in his career. He's got to go through all this horrible rehab, surgery, all this crap that comes along with the injuries and stuff, and it sucks, man. I hate seeing guys of any talent level, any position, doesn't matter who you are. It just sucks when you go down with an injury, man. I know I've never personally had any serious injury like that, but I've been watching football for a long time. I've seen the recovery process for a ton of injuries, including meniscus, and I know the meniscus takes a while to recover, especially if it's fully torn. So prayers go out to Irv Smith Jr. and his family, man. It sucks. Hopefully he has a speedy recovery and he gets back on the field for next season and has a breakout year just a year later. Oh man, I don't know. It sucks. It feels like all we're doing on the channel right now is talking about injuries in the NFL. We haven't even started the season yet. We're still a week away from the season starting, and we're just talking about crazy injuries that are going on. So I don't know. It's wild, man. But that's gonna do it for this video. I don't know what the Vikings are gonna do. I don't really have a plan for them. I'm not sure if there's any tight end. I mean, Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow's out there. You could go get him if you want. But I don't know, man. I don't know what they're going to do. But that's going to do it for this video. Tomorrow's video on Friday will be a recap of the Ohio State Buckeyes versus Minnesota game that starts the college football season. I'm probably going to do, time permitting and schedule permitting, I'm probably going to do a recap of every Buckeye game, how I feel about the outcome. Most likely going to be a lot of wins, but how I feel about the outcome, how I feel about some of the major players, how they played, CJ Stroud, all those guys, how they developed throughout the season. Today's video was actually going to be a preview of the Buckeyes in Minnesota because that game is actually tonight. So I was actually going to do a preview of that game, and a preview of the Buckeye season, an overlook of how I think the season's going to go, and yada, 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 you guys know. But then I saw the news about Irv Smith, and I was like, my channel's mainly NFL. I gotta talk about this injury with Irv Smith. So that's what this video is, or was, I guess now, because it's basically over. But tomorrow's video will be a recap of the Buckeyes and Minnesota game. Like I said, I'm going to try and do every Sunday at noon will be a recap of that Saturday's Ohio State game, because I think every game after, or every week after tonight, is a Saturday game for the Buckeyes. So I'm gonna try that, and I say schedule permitting and stuff because maybe sometime I'd like to do like an NFL preview of that week. Maybe there's a big Patriots game going on that Sunday, or maybe they have a Sunday night football game that I want to preview or something. I don't know. That's why I said schedule permitting or anything. So most likely there's going to be a Buckeye recap every Sunday at noon. There might even be a Buckeye preview on Saturday. Every Saturday after this week, because I can't do a Buckeye preview on Saturday because the game is already over. But I haven't fully decided about that yet, but I'm pretty sure that I want to do, and I'm going to do, the Buckeye review and the Buckeye recap that Sunday after the game on Saturday. So make sure you guys keep a lookout for that if you're interested in my opinion about my favorite team, the Ohio State Buckeyes, and how I feel like they played after that game, whatever game it may be. Other than that, I'm going to be coming out with, I know the NFL season starts next Thursday with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Dallas Cowboys, so I'm going to be doing this upcoming week, maybe even starting this weekend, I'm going to be doing my official NFL predictions where I do all of the standings, where I think everybody will fall. I'll do the full playoffs, who makes the playoffs, who's in and who's out. Then I'll do the whole playoff thing in that video as well, where I think who is going to go to the AFC Championship, NFC Championship, who makes the Super Bowl, and who wins the Super Bowl. And then I'm also going to do my official NFL award predictions, where I guess who I think is going to win the MVP, who I think is going to win Defensive Player of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year. All this stuff will be coming in the next week or so. Obviously, I did that in July. I think July or August I did that, or maybe even June. I don't even remember when I did it. It was a couple months ago at this point that I did my unofficial predictions. But now, as we are getting ever so close to the start of the NFL season, and this is an NFL channel, I figured might as well bring out my official NFL predictions for how I think the season's going to go. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the channel so much that you guys stick around for that as well. I really do appreciate all of you guys. I love every single one of my subscribers. And yeah, I love you all. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. Make sure to smash that like button, hit the notification bell, and the subscription button as well. Join the Juice Club. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.